Hello everyone, this is a continuation of the story with Nakamichi RX-505 I've been working on. I tested more tapes with Dolby B, Dolby C, and they've been sounding pretty funny. I was trying to understand the root cause, and when I replaced two capacitors, there are orange caps in the playback amp. Playback amplitudes levels normalized. Dolby started to work well, and I removed the ports which I installed previously, so they're not needed. So everything gets back to order and started to work. But this makes me think that all other orange capacitors are bad. So I just went and replaced it all around with Vima and Nichicon film capacitors. And here on the boards and on both boards I replaced all capacitors except this power supply guys. I still have to order these 8 pieces here. I don't have them, but including the large ones, everything has been replaced, and I replaced one capacitor orange in the bias generator. All right, what it gave me: first of all, clarity improved incredibly. Linearity, now it's fully matched to the Sony response up to 10 kilohertz, and fully matched to 20 kilohertz on the DR10 frequency sweep tape. And before, there was a break, like kind of around 5 kilohertz. It was sweeping and going like 1 decibel lower on those tapes. And after replaced capacitors, it's normalized and it's very linear now. And I tuned all 3 tape types, and currently I'm recording on Sony XR tape. And here is the levels. You may see yourself, it's very linear now, it's 400 Hz. And I will go with steps by 1 kilohertz. So it's 1.4, 2.4, 3.4, 9.4, 12.4, 15.4, 17.4, 19.4, 20.4, 21.4, 22.4. All right, now it's records incredibly well. It's minus 2 decibel at 22.4 kilohertz. To the original level and strictly in phase. I have also tuned up the playback and record head height. It was a little bit off. There is like not much, but it gives like 2-3 decibel on 15 kilohertz. And it was before, and now when I replaced all these capacitors, when I started to tune bias again, it gave me from 3 to 8 decibel depending on the tape type on the high frequencies during recording. So significant degradation was. I'm already trashed all those guys, like right there, but degradation was like pretty significant. I tried to measure those capacitors. They show like 10-15% less than their nominal values. But I don't have a device which can do like multiple frequency tests. Like I have seen on YouTube that guys using specific capacitor measurement device. I believe those will show definitely that those are non-linear anymore. And now we're good, right? Else, I received the Panasonic switches. And this switch, I fixed it. It was working like about 100 presses, and now, like you see, it don't hold the gain. So I will install the Panasonic switch tonight into this deck, and then we will listen to it. Like just 2 capacitors in the playback amp, normalized the Dolby, so tape started to play back with all clarity as it should. Right, specifically I was playing with Dolby C, and it was like bugging me a lot why it's not compatible between like decks, even if levels match and like 10 kilohertz levels much, but due to those non-linearity, it was a pretty weird sounding on this deck. All right, moving on. Like it's a lot of work. It's old decks, and if you're considering to have one for long years, full recapping is a must. Right. So hope this will help with your research. Thank you and bye bye. And here I'm back, and I'm fixing this switch again. So as I told, it did work about 100 times, and I tried to install this Panasonic, and I have those Chinese guys, and all of them didn't work because they have a different step for the pins. They have like a narrow two rows, you see, narrow layout, and like space in between the pins is larger, and here we have small space in between pins but bigger space in between rows. So what I did, as one of my subscribers recommended, so I just reused this white pin from the switch, which is not used for locking. So locking is interlock between these three buttons. So I just switched back these two buttons, one which is not connected on the board, because NEX it just like disconnects these two buttons, and install it here, and now we have fully working button. All right, and also I replaced 5 capacitors on this board right here, so now I will install buttons and this part should work well. All right, let me assemble and let's check together.